Okay, so in our previous podcast, we were talking about President Trump's assassination attempt, and we were asking different questions. And since then, Chris Martenson from Peak Prosperity. I've been following Chris Martenson for several years now. He has tons of great information. He has lots of awesome economic insight and different things like that. Just a really smart guy. Lots of great information, well documented. He dots his I's and crosses his T's and all that kind of cool stuff. Well, he started tracking this information on the assassination attempt and sound files with, these different weapons that were potentially used. And maybe there was 3 potential different weapons and different sounds of ammunition and all this stuff. So he's been tracking this stuff.
Yeah.
And yesterday he brought up the fact that the building immediately behind the building where the supposed MK Ultra assassin was on, that building is semi-connected, but it's a 2-story building with a window that literally looks out over the would-be supposed assassin, and you can see the stage where President Trump was standing from this window. And what I found fascinating, and then there's also correlation to the sounds of these gunfire, and maybe there's a possibility that the first 3 rounds, because of the lack of echo, were taken from inside of a building instead of outside because the echo just wasn't there.
Yeah, the first 3 shots sounded like they were suppressed.
More muffled, yeah.
Very muffled. Yeah, you could just kind of hear them just zinging through the air, just like choo, choo, choo. And then the other ones had more of a tack, 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 tack. Yeah. And then there was another one too that was really loud. That was just like bang,
that was weird. Totally different
sound.
Different weapon, probably.
Yeah.
So here's what's wild. So we were just getting ready to start the podcast the first time.
Yes.
Before the redo. And I was watching this video real quick, and it was a congressional hearing with, let's share screen here.
Yeah. That one.
So it was a congressional hearing. So this is the Secret Service Director, Kimberly Cheadle. And this is Lauren Boebert, who I don't really care for her that much, but she's interrogating the Secret Service Director. And previously, the director of the Secret Service said that no one was staged on the roof of the building where the would-be MK Ultra assassin guy was. No one was stationed on that roof because it was of a steep slope and it was dangerous. Now, when everybody saw the footage, all of those buildings are standard 24 or 22 gauge bar panel metal standard buildings that are never more than a 212 slope. Incredibly walkable.
Yeah, and where the other snipers were positioned, they were on an even steeper slope than that one.
Yeah. And and on occasion you can have a 412 and sometimes a 612 with these metal buildings, but most of these metal buildings are a 212 or sometimes a 112. And in this case, this was a very incredibly walkable. Your grandmother on her walker could walk this on a 212
easily.
And so here Boebert is asking the director if she's sticking to her original story of the roof was too steep for agents to be on.
Here we go. President Trump before the threat was neutralized. We need to know if he was given an order to hold fire. Now it's you've excused the roof of being unmanned because of the slope of the roof. Do you continue to assert the slope of the roof as a credible reason for leaving this position undefended?
First, I'll go back and correct that there was no order to hold fire. our agents and officers have the ability to neutralize a threat at the time
So you
that
don't
they
know,
see it.
I'm sorry, you don't know the communication that was taking place or how long he had him in his sights because you haven't spoke to him, but you do know that there was no order to hold fire.
I can tell you the way that our personnel are trained. They are trained on the use of force scale, that when they see a threat, they are authorized to neutralize that threat. They don't have to ask for permission.
Yeah.
You excuse the roof being unmanned because of the slope. Do you stand by that assertion?
The roof was not covered with an individual on it because there was Overwatch provided.
Apparently not. No, there was no Overwatch provided. This is very evident.
Okay.
Which that was exactly what Tim Kennedy was saying too.
So if you understand what Overwatch is,
Mm-hmm.
it means that that particular area had eyes on it from a vantage point.
Mm-hmm.
The perfect vantage point for Overwatch for that particular roof would be the second story window of the adjacent building. Now there's very interesting things about this window. This window is basically directly behind the MK Ultra Patsy guy,
Mm-hmm.
about 40 feet from where he was laying, and had a direct line of sight to the podium.
Mm-hmm.
And according to the Secret Service director, she stated previously, she said nobody was on that roof because it was dangerous, because it was steep. Now she's saying nobody was on that roof because there was Overwatch. So she just said that someone was stationed with eyes on that roof. And when you have eyes on that roof, that means that you maintain eyes on that roof during the entire time that you are given to have Overwatch, to stand Overwatch. And so I believe that she is admitting to the fact that, well, at a minimum, she's admitting to the fact that somebody had eyes on that roof.
Yes.
The whole entire time that the Patsy guy was climbing all around like a dope on the roof, and everybody was saying, look, there's a guy on the roof. But
no, the way he was like wiggling all around and stuff, it looked like he was wiggling and getting up and repositioning in a way so everyone that was around there that could obviously see him could see him. It was very interesting. And so if there was Overwatch from that window, that direct line of sight to him.
So,
right.
So Overwatch is going to be on two places.
Okay.
It's going to be from that window,
Mm-hmm.
and then or it's going to be from the water tower.
Or the water tower.
And so either one of those places is where you're going to have a vantage point from above.
Yeah.
And so it's from one or the other. And
the
neither
other.
of the places spell anything good. And if you're looking for more information, Chris Martinson, Peak Prosperity, has tons of great information. He's putting out an even more detailed video tomorrow. He's going to be covering this stuff.
And we did have some, I would call them super Trumpers, that got very mad at us because we were questioning the narrative. And I don't know how that's terrible by questioning the narrative, because if we don't, we're just falling right into their stupid story and the propaganda, because all the stuff, they're pretty much convicting themselves of this whole entire thing being a straight up setup. My opinion, it is a setup, because if you are saying that there was Overwatch, right? And all of these guys, all these snipers, if they see a threat, they can eliminate it without having to get any permission from the higher ups. So when you have these super tricked out guns with incredible scopes that one of the YouTubers was saying that they can have within a 1-inch group pattern from 500 yards away. Okay, right? They can easily identify a rifle. And if there is nobody positioned on that roof and he gets up there very clumsily for at least 3 to 10 minutes or however long that duration was there, they should have immediately eliminated him. Also, the weird thing with the police guy that got up the ladder, looked at him, and then he pointed his rifle at him. The guy that was up on the roof pointed the rifle at him, and then he got back down or whatever, and then waited a very long duration. Super weird. Not like these people, like we pay these people to protect us. Like they're in charge, like to do that, right? Like that's their job. And these people keep saying like, you know, oh, well, that was too dangerous for them. I'm like, no, that's their job. Like if they do die, like they signed up, you know, they signed the papers and everything like that. Like that's their job.
Well, and people with integrity, they listen to these excuses and they're like, it doesn't work like that. We don't train like that. We train to immediately engage and eliminate the target. If we eliminate the threat, it's muscle memory.
Yes.
You know, we identify the target, you eliminate the target. And that's why all of these excuses and all of this excuse making, and
it reeks of a setup,
broken logic of you have to put yourself and you got to think about this, that, and
what do you mean?
It's all
you gotta empathize with them.
Yeah. It's like, it's all a total,
just
it's a farce.
It is.
But so so Chris is going to be coming out with another video tomorrow. So I would encourage you to check that out. There's definitely at least 2 shooters. There might be 3 weapons. So there's some interesting developments there. And this is really important information. If you think that we live in a democracy, especially if you are going to vote, and I use that term loosely, if you're going to vote in November,
hey, gotta vote harder, man.
This is really important. It's more important for people that are going to vote hard in November. So I'm just saying this is important information that we should be aware of and paying attention to. And we shouldn't be worried about Miley Cyrus and whatever they're doing in the NFL and the NBA and all that stuff.
Even bigger news,
but,
Joe Biden dropped out.
Joe Biden dropped out yesterday, I think.
Yeah, which was very weird.
So there you go.
Just on a Sunday
afternoon. Okay. So I wrote down new theory for the secret. Oh, yes. Okay. So I do have a new theory with all of this additional audio and video footage of the rally and assassination attempt. I am waiting. Now, this may not happen, but I'm predicting that if this doesn't happen this time, this will happen in the very near future. I'm waiting for a deep fake video to be thrust into the public and go viral on Twitter.
Okay.
And then there'll be something in that deep fake video of the assassination attempt, and they will debunk the deep fake video and reveal it as a deep fake. And then they'll say, that's why we can't trust any of this footage from the assassination attempt. And it'll be totally a psyop to discredit all of the audio and video footage of the assassination attempt.
Yeah. Which there was already a deep fake video made of it too.
Oh, was there?
Yes. It was, you know, at first when you look at it, you're like, oh my goodness, this is incredible footage, right? And then these guys were like, yeah, that's totally deep fake. But it was a zoomed in shot of Trump's ear when he turned. And also what gave it away is the idiots. It was on the wrong side. It was the wrong ear too. But anyway, that was kind of the funny part of literally the bullet piercing his ear and everything like that. And it looked really legit, but it was just the wrong ear. So yeah, it was very interesting. So that just muddies the water, you know, with this whole thing with AI and deep fake and the incredible things that they can do with just being able to manipulate the narrative is incredible.
Yeah, my next prediction with Joe Biden stepping down, I think that the Democratic Party will have to now answer the question, like, if he's not fit to run, he clearly isn't fit to be president. So they would have to do that article or whatever, or do that thing in Congress to remove him as president. And then that would make Kamala the president. So she would get her 5 months or whatever in the spotlight, and
Mm.
that'll make the Dems look like they're not just steamrolling past her to put in Gavin Newsom. And that would also give her plenty of time in the public eye and more speaking time to make herself look like an even bigger idiot, so that they can say, now you can see why we're like passing on her.
Mm-hmm.
And it doesn't
That
look
sounds
like
like a good theory.
they are just blowing past her. It gives the whole entire Democratic Party kind of an out to circumvent Kamala. And she was a useful idiot for her time. She's probably even going to get to pretend to be El Presidente. So that's welcome to America 2024.
Yeah.
Postmodern, post-truth America.
Yeah.
Kamala, Camacho, y'all. And I've never seen the mockumentary that is Idiocracy. I've never seen that movie, but all I could think about when Hulk Hogan was at the RNC, all I could think about was President Camacho. And it was art imitating life, imitating art, imitating stupid people. And it was incredibly troubling. And to me, it was mocking the general population. And, we're all in the panopticon
It was
together
a big entertainment.
But it was very
Christianese.
I was not entertained.
No.
But I was shocked and appalled.
Yeah.
And I'm like, wow, this passes for like, yeah, it's all about the pop culture, y'all. It's all about the pop culture.
It's
and
crazy.
Look who endorses me, and it's insane. But anyway, okay, we'll get off all that stuff. So we want to announce August 3rd from 10 to 12, we're having another meetup in real life at Bob Wells Nursery in Mineola, 10 to 12. I think we're going to do a potluck.
Yeah.
We sent out an email.
So any type of good food y'all want to bring, you can bring it. There was a lot of carnivores last time, so preferably meat. So we're going to be bringing some type of
any meat-based
barbecue
morsels. Bring it on over.
Yeah.
And we're going to enjoy a great time of hanging out and talking and networking. So we're looking forward to that. Saturday, August 3rd from 10 to 12.
Yep.
Bob Wells. Did you want to make the
cow announcement? We have sold a cow and a half now, and we do have a little bit more room because we're going to be taking some more cows into the butcher shop here pretty soon. So if you do want to get on the list, email us at countrytexasboys@gmail.com, and we are selling wholes, halves, and quarters. And the wholes and the halves are going for $9 a pound, and the quarters are going for $10 a pound. And that is grass-fed, grain-finished beef. And yeah, so just wanted to give y'all an update on that. We had a lot of people reach out, and it's been great. And definitely appreciate everybody, jumping on that. It was kind of like a little bit last second. We were like, oh, we're taking them in now. So anyway, but so contact us if you are interested. It is only for local pickup only, Mount Pleasant, Texas, in the Northeast Texas area. So you can look that up. It will be at the Mount Pleasant Atwoods for the pickup date. When we do schedule the pickup date, we will be bringing it in a cooler. Well, actually, we'll be bringing it straight from the processor in a pickup truck. So you'll have to bring your coolers and everything like that. But if you want all of that info, you can just email us and we'll give you all the info that you'll need. Try to answer all of your questions. And we normally do the deposits on the website, but since the website is down temporarily right now for the whole beef deal, what we're doing is when you do email us, email your name, your last name, and your phone number, because we just text you the deposit if you do want to purchase a whole half or a quarter of a cow. So, and sorry, I have to correct myself too. It's not a cow, it's a steer. So there you go. because I know there's going to be a couple country boys on there and be like,
Why are you killing a cow?
why are you going to kill a cow? No,
you
it's a
killing
steer.
one of them black
It's-
cows?
It's a steer.
What kind of cows you got? Black cows?
Alrighty.
All right, y'all. Verse of the day.
Verse of the day.
I'm going to encourage y'all. Psalm 37, 1-4. Fret not thyself because of evildoers, neither be thou envious against the workers of iniquity, for they shall soon be cut down like the grass and wither as the green herb. Trust in the Lord and do good, so shalt thou dwell in the land, and verily thou shalt be fed. Delight thyself also in the Lord, and he shall give thee the desires of thine heart. So I hope that encourages you. The evil, envious workers of iniquity will be cut down soon like the grass. And look, I don't have to worry about it. I don't have to do it. It's God's job.
Perfect judge.
So I'm glad that that's his job and not mine.
Yeah, for real.
So that is the verse of the day. Hope it encouraged y'all. I guess to wrap up, we have around the farm and health check. So what's
around the farm? We got a horse trailer, and that's been a really fun project. I've been filming James. I've been just letting him have that project because he really loves doing it, and he loves working by himself too. Most of the time, unless it's projects that we're doing on the construction company.
Hours a day.
Yeah, he finds it very peaceful and he enjoys that. So yeah, that's very exciting. We are putting we put some halo lights in there. We meaning him, put some halo lights in there. He's installing a wired in Bluetooth speaker system in there, which is going to be awesome for playing audiobooks at night and different music and stuff like that. Just kind of like future proofing it. So our plans with it is to use it for like maybe a year or so, and then just kind of reevaluate and see if we really want to keep using it or sell it, because we did get it for a pretty smoking good deal. And yeah, so that's been really awesome. We're doing beadboard and shiplap on that, so it's going to look super sweet.
If you want to follow the transformation, they're running shorts, so you can follow the shorts on the YouTube channel.
Doing shorts on the YouTube channel. Yeah, so I'll actually probably tonight I'll go out there and film another short.
Very cool.
Because he got the speaker system in today. What else? Around the farm, everything's been booming. You got a tennis ball size fig.
Yeah, we even picked a couple apples. So these are this is the first year that we've gotten some sizable apples off the apple trees. They're probably about 5 years old. But the figs have been incredible this year. We're getting lots of figs every day. We've got some apples. We're getting a lot of peaches. But it's a really great year for fruit, and it just keeps raining, which has been
and I just wanted to plant this seed too with y'all is don't forget this fall when everything goes dormant, the food forest in the box will be available, and we are going to be adding some pretty cool stuff to the food forest in the box. Lord willing, we are going to be putting comfrey in the food forest in the box. I would really hope that we could put elderberry cuttings back in the food forest in the box.
Should be able to.
The original OG food forest in the box had elderberry cuttings in it, and Snowmageddon absolutely destroyed them for some crazy reason, and they've been struggling. But they've actually came back and they've been doing pretty good right now. Not as good as like the second year we had them, because they were like almost invasive at that point.
They were.
I don't know why that's
I'm almost
changed.
kind of glad that they kind of
chilled out.
They're very easy to bring back around.
Yeah. So anyway, all the trees we're going to have thousands of cuttings. So it's going to be great. And everybody loved the food forest in the box last year.
We'll have some specialty cuttings too, like different specialty mulberries, maybe some different specialty fig.
All those specialty trees have grown, have at least doubled in size now. So yeah, very exciting. Stay tuned for that this coming fall for all the awesome fruit tree cuttings and the food forest in the box that will be available. What else? I think that's it. Health check real quick. Still healthy, still doing good. amidst other people's sicknesses and stuff like that. Still going strong with the carnivore diet. Have been getting actually more intense with it, at least me, just being more not so lackadaisical on it. And just actually last week I did 1 pound of beef a day, and that was really awesome. Today I did beef. I did like 1/4 pound of beef with like 10 or 11 eggs. And then I put some cheese on it. So I made like some cheesy beef eggs. It was incredible. And yeah, it's been awesome. And I've been really liking it. Also doing with my training, mixing it up, doing less volume. So I was normally working out every 24 hours. So now I'm going to be working out, at least for this week. I'm going to try it out because I was watching some videos. It's always good for your body, at least in my opinion, to mix it up. It seems like that to me. Like certain people will be like, oh, well, if, mixing it up even with your like fasting, just not doing it. I don't know, when your body kind of gets in a rut, you don't really see much progress. But then when you just kind of add a blip to the system, like it'll like reset you and you'll get better gains and stuff like that. So I'm going to be resting for 48 hours and then training. And then when I do, I'm going to practice with training. I've been doing a lot to failure too, but actually just doing 1 set, getting the weight so I can only do about 10 reps and then hitting failure. And that's it, instead of doing 3 sets to,
Sure.
12 or so.
Great.
So I'm going to try that out. More rest mixed with, keeping my diet real steady with high fat and high protein with all the beef and the eggs. And the cheese is, if you are struggling in the carnivore diet or a strict keto diet, cheese is where it's at. Get some block cheese, some real clean block cheese, and you can shred it. It's incredible. They have all types of different types of cheeses nowadays at our local Brookshires anyway. And that, it's a game changer.
And we got the weight sled, so we're going to be incorporating the weight
Finally,
sled.
we got the weight sled.
Finally.
So we've been watching, and I always forget his first name. I can always remember his second name.
Who's Sean Baker?
Yeah, Sean Baker. Yeah, Sean Baker, literally Superman himself. Every time I watch that guy work out, it's like incredible. I'm like, I'm literally watching Superman right now. And he's big on the weight sled. His has wheels though, which is kind of like a weighted cart actually, which is really cool, but it's really expensive. So we got like the hillbilly version of it. And I actually put like 3 feed sacks on there, which I can put my weights on there too. Yeah. And it's just, came with a harness. So you can just run as fast as you can with like, I put tonight like 120 pounds on there, and it's so awesome. Because doing those sprints, a lot of guys have been doing a lot of researches on doing like as hard and as fast as you can, but only for like 30 seconds or so. And they're saying like they're coming back with really, really good results in the studies. So yeah,
high intensity intentional training or something like that.
Yeah, just mixing it up, throwing your body something a little bit different,
Yep. So the health check's good. I'm doing pool exercises every day. I'm getting greater range of motion, and we're just feeling great and doing the best we can.
Thriving.
Trying to get a little bit better every day.
Yeah. 1%.
And 1% a day. That's all you got to do.
That's all you got to do.
Just get 1% better every day.
In 100 days, 100%.
Be 100% better.
There you go. Little food for thought. And I think that wraps it up.
That wraps it up, y'all.
Episode 63.
All right. We love y'all. Thanks for listening. And remember, y'all, stay fearless, my friends.